Hi, welcome back to another tutorial, and we're on to task number 4 of producing orthographic drawing from simple isometric views. Alright, so here we have this isometric block to our left, and we're going to be tackling it in the same way in which we have done all the others. So let's first start by drawing our vertical line. Alright, then we offset that line by 10 millimeters. Then we offset that line by the width of the object. In this case, we're working with 59. Oh, enter. 59. Alright, and then we offset that line by 10 millimeters. Alright, then we draw our horizontal line. Then we offset that line by 10 millimeters. Alright, now we need to determine, because we're going to be doing a third angle, so our plan is going to be up here, front view down here, and then our left view will be over here. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. So the width of the object, well, from here to here measures something. We're trying to determine that. Now we're not seeing an overall measurement, so we might have to do some quick calculation. Alright, now looking at the drawing, we can see that from here to here is 15, and then we have 20, no, that's 59, and we have 22, and then the remainder we do not know. The remainder we do not know, but what we do know, we know from here to here is 45. So instead of adding that 22, we can do the 45 instead. Alright, and that gives us a length of like 119, about somewhere about there. So what are we going to do? We're going to offset this top line here up by 119. So O, enter, 119, enter, and now we know that our plan view is going to be within this space here. Let me show you. Our plan view is going to be within this space here. Alright, so now we can start chopping out the different spots that are needed. Alright, now the first one that we're going to start with, let me go ahead and explode this, is that we're going to start off with this little portion here, and we'll work our way up. Alright, so this one here is 15, so what we'll do, we'll offset up by 15 millimeters. Alright, so that's 15. Then we move on to the next, which is right here. Alright, and that is 59, so we'll offset this line here by 59. So O, enter, 59. Alright, then now we have the next one, which is the 22, so we'll offset up by 22. O, enter, 22, and let's offset that one up. Alright, just like that. Alright, so now we need to capture measurements going to left to right, basically now. Alright, now what do we have? We have these portion here, so we have this portion here that must be captured. Alright, now we do not know from here to here, but we know from the back to the front here, which is 25. So let's offset the back line by 25. Alright, so 25. Alright, like that. Alright, and then all we'll do from there, if you notice, all of here is one flat surface. So to represent that on our drawing here, we'll simply fillet here to here, and that will give us our little flat surface. Now remember, here is blank. Alright, the only edge is this visible edge here, which is basically this line here. So it means that we're going to trim away everything that is what below that line there, and that is our plan view, believe it or not. Now once we have our plan view, we can start our front view. In order to do our front view, we need to know what is the overall height of the object. Alright, we need to know the overall height of the object. Alright, now based on what we're seeing here, we're seeing that from here to here is 19 millimeters, and from here to here is 38 millimeters, and I think that's about 57. Alright, so if we go ahead and we offset this line here down, by 57, alright, we will now know that our front view is going to be within this space here. Alright, so we now can start chopping out the different spots on the drawing. Alright, so let's first start with this little base portion here, which is 19 millimeter. So if we go ahead and let's explode that, X, enter, and offset 19 millimeters up, that will give us that little base portion right here, which is basically the same as here. Alright, then the next part, which is the overall thing here, which is the 38, would be the remainder. So now we need to determine this sloping portion here. Alright, now we know that the slope starts right here, which is the same thing as 25 millimeter away from this portion here. Alright, or we can determine that we can simply use some projection lines, because this is where it starts. We can simply project a line down to touch that there, and we know that the line runs from here to the edge here, so that's basically right here to there. Alright, this should be a construction line. Alright, just like that. Alright, cool. So believe it or not, that is it. The front view is finished. Nothing more, nothing less. Alright, so now it's time to do the end view. Alright, so we're going to do our end view now, and again we're going to start with a 45-degree line from where this corner here. Alright, and remember, everywhere the diagonal, the horizontal line or the projection line touches the diagonal line, we extend the lines down from that location. So let's go ahead and extend the line down like this. Alright, let's just extend these lines over to match it. The X to extend, enter, click onto that there. Alright, wonderful. So we now know that our end view is going to be within this space right here. Alright, so our end view is going to be within this space. So it's now time for us to start chopping out the different spots that are needed to get that view here. So basically all that you'll see when you're looking on this face here, so we have this flat face here, we have this diagonal face here. That's basically it. This is a cutout, this is a cutout. Alright, so let's start by projecting lines. So let's project a horizontal line first. Alright, so let's go ahead and just place some of these lines here on our construction layer to keep things a bit tidy and less confusing with the colors. Alright, wonderful. So now let's continue. Alright, so we're going to be projecting the lines across. For example, let's start with this end here. Wherever it touches the diagonal line, we come down at that position. Alright, same thing on this one here. Wherever it comes across and touches the diagonal line, we come down. Alright, so let's not get too confusing and put a lot of lines on it. Alright, let's keep things simple. Alright, so what is this representing? This is representing right here. Alright, so it means that the height of it is going to be 41.5. Now again, we do not need to worry about where it is located, because you can always project the lines. Alright, but in the interest of time, what we're going to do, we're just going to offset this baseline here. Let's explode that up by the 41.5. So O, enter, 41.5, enter. Let's go. Alright, so we can now cut out this portion here, because we know that here is all cut out as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and whichever technique you want to use. You want to use fillet, trim, chamfer, the option is totally up to you. Alright, so let's go ahead and just clean that portion there out. Alright, just like that. Alright, wonderful. Alright, and we know that there isn't any line running across here. Why? Because you can see that all of here is blank. All of this section here is blank. Alright, so let's go ahead and clean that up as well by either trim, fillet, or even chamfer will work. Alright, wonderful. Alright, now the next thing is that we have already projected our line across from this portion here, which is right here, the 22. Alright, and we know that it comes all the way down to a certain amount or point, and then it comes across. Alright, so we already have it coming down here from what we're seeing. So the other thing is the horizontal part. Now we can get that horizontal part from our front view here by simply projecting a line over. Alright, just like that, and all you need to do is simply trim fillet, whichever option you choose, and clean up your drawing. Alright, just like that. And then here, everything that goes beyond that line, let's get rid of that. You could always replace it with a construction or projection line. Alright, so we have this portion here remaining. Let me go ahead and hide some of those on our construction layer. Alright, so we have this section here remaining. Alright, now what do we know? We know that here is also a cutout. Alright, so we will not have one solid thing running down across here like how it is now. Alright, there should be a little notch out in this section here. How are we going to know where it's going to be? As we simply project lines across from our plan view in this case. Wherever it touches the diagonal line, we project a line down from that location, just like this. Alright, wherever it touches the diagonal line, you project a line down, and then we continue the cleaning up process. So let's go ahead and place those on our construction layer. Alright, now based on what we're seeing, we can simply just project our lines down from here for that section there, and we clean up by either trimming or filleting. In this case, I'm going to fillet this one here to here, and then I can always trim the rest, or you can fillet both of them. The option is up to you. Alright, so as you can see, we now have our main shapes. We have this flat portion here, this weird looking one here, and then we have this portion here. Alright, I know it looks like a triangle, but remember, when you're doing orthographic drawings, if you're looking directly at the triangle along the sloping face, then you will not see any slope. You'll just see a rectangle, similar to how you'll draw a circle, alright, or a cone. Alright, if you're looking at the cone from the side, you'll only see a rectangle. The only time you see a circle is if you're looking at the end views of that. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to be adding to our drawing are the hidden detail line. Alright, now from this view here, the only hidden detail we'll see is in relation to this notch out that is right here. Alright, so what are we going to do? Let's go ahead and project a line across, and that will tell us where our hidden detail line is going to be. Alright, so when we're looking from this end here, alright, all of this is blocking our view, but we know that this notch out is around the back. So what do? We represent that using our hidden detail line. Alright, well, just like that, and let's paste that on our construction layer. Alright, there we go, and that's the only hidden detail that we'll have. What is remaining? Dimensioning our drawing and labelings as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and just add the names first. So we have that and we have that, and we'll copy that down in the interest of time. Alright, so we have these view, we have the front view, and we have the left view, and then we have the plan view up here. Alright, and then we'll get our orthographic symbol. Let me go ahead and, alright, cool. So let me copy that. And let me drop my orthographic symbol there. Alright, totally forgot to add the other cross here. Let's match some properties. MA, click on the line that you want to copy the property from first, then the cursor will change to the paintbrush, then you click on the line that you want to apply the property to, and then it will change it over. Alright, now what is missing? Our dimensions are missing, so let's head to our dimension layer and pop some dimensions on. So from here to here, and let's go to our annotation tab and continue here and there, and let's continue again, dimension. So from here to here, let's align them, and then let's continue. Alright, continuing on the next side, dimension, so from here to here, and then let's continue. Alright, let's go across the base here to here. Alright, and let's do the same thing on the next side, from here to here. Alright, just like that. Then we can go on top, so basically from here to here, and then let's continue to here and there, and then finally that end there. Then now on this side we can do some more, so from here to here, and let's continue here, here and there, and we can do the overall width. I believe we have that already, so we can do something probably from here to here. Alright, and we can do the same thing on this side as well, so from here to here, and believe it or not, we are finished. Alright, we are finished. Alright, so this one here needs to come out. Alright, just like that. Alright, so believe it or not, we're finished, and there goes another task done and dusted. I hope this video was helpful in helping you to understand how to produce orthographic views from your simple isometric blocks. Now this here was a third angle projection, as you can see from the symbol, and see you in the next one.